I love bases. I love balls. I love talking. Let's get it.
What do you think about players that are earning like $14 million and believe in chemtrails?
Oh boy.
Um, everyone's entitled to their opinion, even if they're wrong.
Entitlement,
Diplomatic.
Yeah.
terrible. Anyway, look, this is weird. I didn't do any shows for a week, and now I forget how to do these things.
Great.
Welcome back to Mariner
Happens to us all.
Mondays, a show that's existed for 3 months and not 1 month, and then you throw a hissy fit when you're called out about it. Um, and then oh God, it was even worse because set a count. There was the whole Randy Johnson was at spring training thing, right?
Yeah.
Did you see the photos of this? And then this account goes, Randy Johnson should be the new Mariners pitching coach. I was like, okay, fuck Pete Woodworth, I guess. Like,
The
let's just
goat.
take everything that has helped build this pitching lab and bring in this old guy who probably like can't even coach. I don't know. Anyway,
Easy
um,
case.
ooh. Anyway, yeah, we're getting
The
closer and closer
Mariners.
to opening day, against the should be Oakland Athletics. I'm gonna mention that every time we play them. Um, and
Hmm.
there's only so much you can really take from the games. I know in weeks past, like Brittany and I did takeaways from the group of games. Like Julio's fine. Everyone freaked. There was a thing going around when I was in Peoria that some folks on the backlots were saying that Julio had gotten in a car crash, and
Oh
that's why
dear
he
God.
wasn't playing games. And I was like, "No, everyone that's here, Divish, Kramer, Shannon, and then me, which um, all tweeted that he was sick and that he was dealing with an illness. Dan even joked, he was like, it's something you don't want to get. I'm like, okay, so is it
It's
illness?
nasty.
And then, there are accounts that are like, oh, it's kind of suspicious that he's not in the lineup. And I'm like, please calm down. So I don't know. There hasn't been a ton going on per se in the games, at least not that I've really cared to pay attention to. We've more got kind of stuff that's uh broader than just the game to game stuff as we approach opening day. So we'll get into it with Sir Parr of Jake and Sir Nope, nope.
I can rock it.
I guess you can.
Yeah.
Miss Wisner of Brittany.
Ugh.
Um,
No,
we'll
that's worse.
start. Yeah, we'll start with Logan Gilbert being named the Mariners opening day starter. I don't think this was a surprise.
Nah.
Um, like there was, it felt like a two-horse race, and one of the horses was way in the back.
Hmm.
Um, to dog on Luis, but just
I mean,
with
it
the
was a
year
three-horse
that
race, but one of them broke a foot, broke an ankle.
essentially, well, I don't think they're gonna put him down.
No, not yet.
I, anyway, um, yeah, I mean it's no surprise, like given that Logan had the year that he did in 2024, what Logan represents for the Mariners, considering that, he's a homegrown guy. He's come up, he's built himself into this, I'd argue complete pitcher, right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Um, he just kind of embodies everything. I still remember when he got called up, it was he needs to work on, his off speed. His fastball's good. And I was like, okay. There were folks, I think, what, 2 years in that were worried about, that he would like fall off a cliff. And now
Yeah.
he's here.
Yeah.
So, Brittany, since I bungled your name in the beginning, we're gonna start
Yeah.
with you.
Rude as hell.
Um,
Get
just
his ass.
your thoughts on this, and I guess your excitement for Logan going into 2025, and then Jake will go to you.
Yeah, I mean it's well earned. That was the right call. I do wonder if that would have been the call under Scott Service, if it would have been any different. I like to think it would have been, but it absolutely was the right choice. He has earned that, and he is, in my mind, going to be the guy that they try to extend, and try to kind of make their front facing guy and their leader. And he has said in so many words that he wants to stay in Seattle and be in Seattle, and has expressed his gratitude for how much the pitching, development has done for him in his career. And that's exactly the kind of guy you want, as your number one guy, as your horse. And yeah, I mean, there's not really a whole lot to say other than hell yeah, that's really well deserved and was the right call.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I totally agree. I think, especially considering the year that like Luis had last year, where he was first in the rotation, but you really didn't get the sense that he was like the ace. Like he's still good. He's still a good pitcher.
Yes.
And he's still, a Mariner like through 29.
Yeah.
I think. Or no, 28, excuse me. Um, which is, that's crazy. That's like awesome, but he's not I don't think he's your number one guy anymore. Even though he is still
Yeah.
quite a good pitcher. It's just excuse me, Logan Gilbert is incredible. I think of like the current pitching roster, I think Gilbert wins a Cy Young first.
Interesting debate.
I think it's gonna happen. I think Gilbert and Kirby are both going to get one eventually. I just think Logan gets his first.
Okay.
And yeah, to your point, like if Scott would have made that decision, because it's interesting because like Scott kind of has a little bit of like the mentality that's like, well, the older guy should be the first in rotation because he's had that experience and like you want to show your support for him, but like that's an interesting question because like Luis wasn't where he should have been last year, we'll say. He got hit hard around.
Totally.
He couldn't command, especially like his vaunted changeup was like getting away from him a lot last year, especially early on in the season.
Yeah, what has happened there? I'm going off script though, but like he went from his changeup was one of the best pitches in baseball in 2021 with the Reds. And I would really like to see that have a bounce back at some point.
It doesn't really feel like the Mariners, like as a staff, utilizes changeups very well. Certainly not very frequently. It's mostly like fastball slider. That's the kind of combo.
Yep.
You don't see too many changeups. You don't see too many traditional curveballs.
Traditional.
So
the big Mike curve.
The big Mike Bauman.
Bauman curve.
I mean, yeah. See, like it makes you wonder, right? What's going on there? Yeah. I mean, and in the game that's being played right now on 322, playing the White Sox, currently leading 8-1, but Luis has started and he ran into some tough issues with his command early in the game. Walked the bases loaded in the first inning.
And he hit a guy too, right?
He did beat a guy, and he hit him with his changeup. So wondering what's going on there. He did bounce back. The last few innings have been pretty clean for him, but that is kind of a question to look at for the rest of the year. Is like, where's Luis's command, and especially is his changeup going to go back to being like just so devastating, right? Especially compared to his fastball, paired with his fastball.
Yeah.
It was interesting. His last start, there were some folks that were quick to point out, that his velocity was down across, I think, all of his pitches. So
yeah, it always is in spring training, though. That's how he rolls.
Yeah, exactly.
He ramps up. It's always down.
Yeah, I mean, it just adds to kind of like you could look at these outings, and there will be some fear mongering, as there always is with this fan base. I mean, it's just I get tired of it, especially like the Julio thing.
I know.
He's walking right in front of me. Like he just said "que lo que." Like, calm down. So yeah, no. I mean, when Logan sets career marks in what was it, starts, ERA, innings, quality starts, strikeouts, WHIP, like
that's your guy.
Yeah,
that's sandwich cheese, So his acting also.
Right?
In the shorts that they do, it was really funny.
Him and Cal in the PitchCom one were actually like really good actors.
That was really good. That was my favorite one.
Down in Peoria when that came out, Divish goes, he just didn't have to act. Like, this is just how he feels about Cal already.
Yeah.
Well, they were roommates, right? So that would make sense.
Yeah. Well, I think it was after his start. No, well, we asked Bryce. We go, what did you think of Logan's acting? He was like, that looks like how they already go. And I'm like, well, yeah, in his little country boy accent. So, yeah, no, I mean, I don't think
incarnation?
Yeah. Oh,
we don't all sound like that.
What? Chipotle? Okay, calm down. It is, just being around the guys too. The last week, it just kind of reminds you how great the personalities are with that.
Oh, look at me, I'm Charles. I'm down with the team. I'm hanging out with the players. Oh,
hey, my
nice
head's sunburnt.
Oh,
look at my burnt head.
Get him, Jake. Dude, did you not put sunblock?
Did you not wear a hat? Come on, man.
No, I was too busy blinding people with my head. They were doing BP and
Bald. You're the guy. You're the guy in the batter's eye that threw Teo off.
Yeah. It's
despite
not
being
a
in the
crooked
press
batter's
box.
eye. It's Charles in the press box.
No, your head was so shiny it was being reflected in the batter's eye.
We solved it.
Yeah, there we go.
What
Someone
is the
called Mike
solution here?
Petriello. We got it.
The solution is we
Like
give
a
you
tin
hair
can on my head?
transplants like Gordon Ramsay.
I don't want to go to Turkey.
We can do it here. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Well, yeah, we're already off the rails. Jake's
give you some of
mission to
mine.
take shows off the rails is working again. It's working early. He's established the run, and now he can run a balanced offense.
Oh, boy.
Oh, man,
boy.
we're not circling our nest right now.
Oh, boy.
Oh, we could, though.
No, let's not. I'm mad at them.
What else is going on with the Mariners, Charles?
Giant Nintendo patch, everybody freak out.
Whoa!
Holy moly.
It's
This
so
one
ugly.
was interesting just because I figured it was a matter of time before they got a sponsorship patch.
For real.
given Lots of reasons. I was just worried it was going to be like a Starbucks thing,
Yep.
Mhm.
an Amazon logo, and especially after recent world events, I would have kind of preferred to not have it be one of those.
Yeah.
So for it to be the game company, I mean, I'm really not that upset about it. Just I think the biggest thing that made people have discourse was the size of said patches. Like the racetrack logo on the home jerseys, fine, sure. You could like get really picky and be like, it should just be the oval. I'm like, sure, that would be
Yeah.
nice and aesthetic, but why would a corporate sponsor want to be nice or aesthetic?
Exactly.
And then the road jerseys, yeah, the gigantic square Nintendo Switch one.
Switch 2.
Switch 2, sorry. Yeah, the sequel. I
And
don't
for a second, the for those of you who haven't seen them before, but are still tuning into the show, the away patch is a giant square that's advertising the Nintendo Switch 2, an upcoming console.
Oh,
And
that's right. It's not even out yet.
yes, and it's
So will
it's
they change
massive.
it when the Switch 2 is out?
That's
and
the
it's
thing,
like-
right? Because it's coming out. Well, no, because I think it's coming out this December, so it'll be a new one
Oh,
next
crap.
year.
Okay.
And it's either coming out this December or this summer.
Well, you're one of the nerds here, so I hope you'd know.
But yeah, to your point, like as far as companies go, I think Nintendo is perhaps the least evil of the. Julio just hit a home run, a
Hey.
3-run shot.
Speaking
scoring-
of Julio,
Good
yeah,
stuff.
just hit a 3-1 shot to left center. Anyway, so yeah, to your point, like I feel like Nintendo of the available companies probably the least evil. The one I was most afraid of was Boeing.
Yeah.
It was like a Boeing thing because of all
Oh,
the
God.
like the Boeing salute to the troops night and everything. It's like that would have been tough.
Yeah.
The plane crash jokes. Oh, boy.
Oh no, yeah, Twitter more unusable than it currently
The
is.
rage bait would be
Yeah, I was gonna be certain it was gonna be Starbucks, especially with like
Me
Starbucks being
too.
a sponsor of like it's not actually FanFest this year.
opening week warm up.
Oh, what a
Double
terrible
chunk
name
chocolate cookie.
for it. Oh man, now you got me off the rails. Brutal.
Am I the only one not ADHD in this trio?
Yes.
Not.
Sorry, I was stimming.
So anyway.
So anyway.
Get on track.
God dang it, it's ruined. Yes, I would have loved if it was just like the text in red on the patch. Instead if it wasn't like the massive outline, if it was the text in red, I think that would look nicer. But
Yeah.
like now I might as well be talking about Formula One again because it's always talking about the sponsorships and how does the color scheme match the team's livery, and it's like
Oh.
we'll get used to it probably
Yeah.
pretty quickly. Although yeah, the Switch 2 one is just massive. There was a good Joe Vieira. I only see him on Twitter. I don't know how to pronounce his name.
Mhm.
I
bit
think
where-
Vera.
Okay. Where he he photoshops the banner in right field, and one of them was just like the giant patch. And I thought, yeah, that's kind of how
Yeah.
it feels.
That's good.
But you know what? Maybe it'll distract the pitcher, get him out of his mechanics. Because on a right-handed hitter, it's on your forward arm.
Rowdy Tellez will see that and see red and just get really angry and hit another homer. Um, yeah, I
Perfect.
mentioned Julio when Jake brought Julio up because as part of this whole thing with Nintendo, if you don't remember, Nintendo of America, which is based in Redmond, just the Mariners back in 1992, when they were being threatened to move to Tampa Bay, and now Tampa Bay is in shambles. Um, Julio will be a new brand partner with Nintendo, and as much of a nerd as he is, I'm sure he really is excited for that.
Oh my God.
Um, so I mean, it's cool. Again, like it makes sense that this came along. I don't think when there was the announcement that MLB was bringing back the Pokemon Go stuff around the ballparks in MLB that there was any correlation there, but I guess you could make that now. Um, so yeah, no, I mean,
Pokemon go to the games.
I'll be in there spinning the Pokestops like during pitching changes. So, um, the only thing that I guess is missing from this because there's a bunch of information uh right is that there's no terms of this agreement because people are like, oh, we can like spend this on a bet. I'm like, I don't know, who knows how much it is for, who knows how
Yeah.
long it is, we don't know. So I
They're
guess
gonna
that's
use
my
it
like
to get Huli or to get Juan Soto.
Juan Soto, please Juan Soto.
Maybe 3 years ago. Like,
3 years ago, Jesus Christ. So yeah, no, I mean, this isn't anything groundbreaking per se, but I don't know, maybe they'll put like Mario in the salmon race or something. Um, so I think the bigger piece of news of the two like non-team related things was the new streaming app. This was one I get a text that there's an announcement coming in 5 minutes, and I'm like, what the hell? What is this? And it's this, which is not at
thanks
all
for the heads up.
what well, that's just how it goes in sports. Um, Not at all what I thought it would be, but like I'm glad that it happened because I can stop hearing people complain about it. I
Yeah.
say
No,
that,
you can't.
I
No,
say
no, they're
that,
still gonna
and
complain.
there's still complaints. So yeah, there's this new Root Sports Stream app that'll offer all Mariners games that are airing on Root Sports. There's obviously the national games that don't count for that, right? This is different than the Root Sports app that is already existent that I use, and it is crap, but I still use it. It's this direct to consumer and TV everywhere streaming app that'll give you all Root Sports programming, which it's always funny when I'm at the ballpark early and they have like sumo wrestling on Root Sports.
Hmm,
It's very fascinating. I
yeah.
don't know.
I will typically watch Root late at night because a few bars around here will just have it on. And late night Root is really fun.
Root it.
Highlight, which is like a it's similar to like racquetball but with those scoops.
Yeah.
That they play a lot of that. They played a women's regional foot volleyball tournament the other night.
Foot volleyball.
Foot volleyball, yeah, I believe in Australia because it was live, but it was daytime. So that was a fun one. Late night route. They are so desperate for
That's
stuff.
fascinating.
Yeah.
I have
So
so many questions later about foot volleyball.
well, hey man, whatever you guys want to do. So yeah, you get all that. You get the Mariners games. You get, I'm sure, all the other Mariners related stuff that they hook up. The great folks. I'll say this: Root Sports as a company, the people that work there, like, so that's all I'll say on that. With no blackouts and no cable or satellite subscription or contract required.
That's the
This
huge thing.
is
Yeah.
a monthly service that's available at nineteen
Yeah.
ninety nine per month. I saw a lot of most of the reaction that I saw instantly was good, right?
Yeah.
The people were just happy that this happened, and then there was the bitching. It was like $20. It should be $10. Like, first of all, $10, like in an
No,
ideal
that's
world,
not realistic.
Yeah.
no, it's not realistic. And then I was gonna do this, but Divish is Divish. He had it listed every single team,
Yeah.
like what their option is. The Mariners are tied for the lowest price per month at $20. Like
Hmm.
there are a few teams that go like I think $5 or $10 over that, and like pot of greed. But also, like I was just, did we do no research? There were people like, oh well, I can do this. No, you can't. Like
Yeah.
there
Yeah.
were so many people I knew that bought Fubo specifically for the Mariners. I had to pay for that higher package with stupid King Xfinity
Yeah.
specifically to watch the Mariner games.
Hmm.
Like, so I just kind of like everything else,
Yeah.
right? That's generally complaining with this team. I threw it out. I didn't give a shit. Um, so yeah, it's nice that this is a regional thing, though. There were some fans who were like, "I'm in Australia. This doesn't count for me." I'm like, "Sorry, dude." Um, so it's Washington, Oregon, Montana, Alaska, and portions of Idaho, not all of Idaho.
Mm.
Wow.
Hmm.
Um, so
If you
that's
if you
that's
you have to live in
nice.
Coeur d'Alene, otherwise get bent, I guess.
Not Moscow.
No, not Twin Falls either. Um,
I don't know anything about Idaho.
it's a good thing they're doing. I think $20, like it is good. I mean, it's less than $1 a game.
Hmm.
Um, it does feel steep on first blush, especially kind of in the days where we're used to like, your $8, your $10 streaming services, like getting
Mm.
one specifically for sports that's for sports that's 20. It's like the gut reaction is tough, but like yeah, like you said, it's one of the lowest. Like with the Diamondbacks also have a pretty cheap one, don't they? And like they announced theirs last year,
Mm.
and we were all, oh, we would gladly do that. And now they've done that, and so people are like, no, we don't want to do that. I
I
don't
think
like
part of it,
pistachio ice cream. Then why
oh,
did you ask for it?
I think part of it was showing it as monthly. Like if you said you're paying
Yeah,
what, $100
Yeah.
total,
to watch every game, like great. Yeah.
math hard for people.
But that's the
Um,
cool thing. That's the good thing. They're not locking you into a year-long contract. A lot of teams
yeah.
are
Mm-hmm.
requiring you to pay for an entire year. If in 2 months the team is looking like the White Sox, you
Nah.
have the option to cancel. So
Yeah.
that's a huge positive.
And looking at other sports that run for a similar time, like F1 TV, runs around like F1 runs around the same time as baseball. They
Mm.
just started last weekend, and their yearly TV thing is around the same cost, about $100 a year to watch the whole season.
Hmm.
Mm.
How long is the
Um,
season?
it usually ends in like October, so
Like the
around the same time
Mariners.
as baseball. Yeah,
Okay.
I used to go to F1 races in August in Texas, and that was near the end of the season.
Mm. So yeah, I mean, all in all, like it just seems like a net positive
Yeah,
for a
it's good.
franchise that doesn't get
Can't
a
wait.
lot of those.
Yeah.
It's nice. So you'll be able to get this app, or you can. It's also available on a web browser at rootsportsstream.com. They make it easy for you, so you don't have to tweet at me when I. Oh, Jesus
So your
Christ!
boomer 75-year-old granddad can watch the ball
Where
game.
is the game? Oh my
What
God!
channel's the game on, whippersnapper?
I'll just start linking it at the bottom so that there's no difficulty.
My
Mm.
Um,
grandmother's not going to be able to find it. I'm telling y'all, y'all are making
the
jokes right now, but I'm
no,
going to
it's not
spend
a
the
joke.
first
It's the
month
It's
reality.
real, yeah. I
trying
just
to
want
get
to
my
watch the
grandmother
ball
set
game.
up.
Where's the ball game again?
Oh,
What's the refresh button?
oh boy. That's going to be
So
fun.
yeah,
Do they still
iOS.
have that junior fella?
Robinson, where's the canoe? Yes.
I sure
Uh,
did like that Robbie Ray fella. His butt looked good in them pants.
oh my.
My
There
grandmother
was a
actually
whole
hated Robbie
Twitter
Ray.
account about his pants. Did you know that?
Your grandmother hated Robbie Ray?
We did not like Robbie Ray at
Your
all.
grandmother has great taste. Not to Robbie Ray,
She
shame on
she
name.
feels very strongly about certain players sometimes. She also doesn't like Randy Arozarena. I
Whoa!
have no idea why. I've been like trying to like soften her up to him and she's just not
He
having
just
it.
hit a tank in this game against the White Sox.
Did he
Oh good.
just? He
But
did.
Victor also left the game after being hit
Yeah,
with a pitch. So
yeah. I'm looking at the video. It's not great.
Oh boy.
anyway, the Root Sports app, this Root Sports Stream app will be available on iOS, Android, Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV, and Roku. So we'll get all that. I think one of the interesting notes was that this is being run by MLB TV. So we'll see how that goes. I think there were comments when the Root
Hmm.
Sports games were on this spring that the score bug, like there were people like, oh, the score bug's simple. I was like, that looks like an MLB TV score bug.
Hmm.
So kind of felt like that was coming. But yeah, no, again, this just felt like a net win for the organization. So I'm glad that that's there. I'm sure there'll be complaints about it, but Yeah, and also for a guy like Kevin Martinez, who's kind of wanted to get this thing going, like I'm glad that they finally did
Hmm.
this, and especially before the season started. So
Yeah. Feels
all
like
my
there were probably
homies,
some really complicated contracts, like regional broadcasters have to
yeah.
work out
Well,
for
and
it.
I think Root is dealing with a bunch of expiring contracts.
Hmm.
So
Much to their
like
detriment, which is why they're showing Australian foot volleyball.
Australian football, sumo wrestling, they have locked on the Ducks. Like, why would you want to watch anything Oregon related anyway?
Hey there, everybody. Charles Hamaker here from Circling Seattle Sports. Obviously, this is Mariner Mondays. Just interrupting you briefly to tell you guys about this cool event that Simply Seattle is doing. So on Tuesday, March 25th, yes, tomorrow, from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m., Mariners catcher Cal Raleigh will be at the team's U Village store. This is a free event. Space is limited, so you want to get up there to that U Village location and line up early to guarantee your chance to meet Cal. They've got this great new store in the University Village. We sent Jade out there a few days ago before they had their opening to go and check it out. It's a really cool event. They've got Cal here. I mean, just a few days before opening day. You know, you wouldn't think he'd do something unless this is a company and a brand that he really respected and really enjoyed. This is the store. The address is 2632 Northeast University Village Street, Seattle, Washington, 98105. They are located next to the Elemental Pizza across from the Ravenna Gardens at the U Village. They are open 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Saturday, and Sunday is 11 to 6. Some frequently asked questions that people might have about this event. You know, it's great to meet Cal, but you know, what sort of things do you want to know? It eventually officially kicks off at 4 p.m. Store opens at 10. So, I mean, if you wanted to line up for that, you could start doing that. There's no ticket required. It is free. Um, I think the big thing is Cal will not be signing autographs. You can get photos with Cal, one photo per person. Yeah, one photo per person. No cutoff, but again, the event does last until 5 p.m. So, you know, this is a great event to go and meet Cal Raleigh, meet a guy who won a Platinum Glove Award this past off season, just really shown that he's loved Seattle. And it just makes sense that a brand like Simply Seattle will be doing this event with him. So, wanted to stop by during this episode and mention that. So, yeah, enjoy the rest of the show.
Um, yeah, we'll get to actual team related stuff now.
Let's do it.
Oh
Um,
yeah, baseball.
Mariner baseball. Um, we're getting closer and closer to opening day. There haven't been a lot of super enticing races for positional spots, right?
Hmm.
But with some injuries, things get a little interesting, and with them signing this behemoth bald man into spring training, everyone's like, has Rowdy Tellez been added to the 40 man yet? Like, no, he hasn't. You would know if he had. Um,
We find
so
out
I'm
this
gonna
weekend, don't we?
should.
I think so,
Yeah,
yeah.
because they have to kind of get like an ultimatum, like, hey, are
So
you
you, dear
signing
listener,
here?
know the answer to the preponderance then.
Yep.
Ponderance?
Yes, the question we're pondering.
Wow. You fascinate me, Jake. Anyway, we're gonna go through the 26 man and just kind of look at things here and see if there's any debate. Starting rotation, Sans George, who will be on the injured list, just hoping it's like a 10-day, right? He started playing catch recently. It was funny. George was walking around the complex very angrily. I know he looks
What?
like that most of the time,
I'm
but it was
shocked.
because
Yeah,
he
fork
couldn't
found in
throw a
kitchen.
baseball, and it was the SpongeBob meme where he's looking at them being able to do things, and George cannot throw the baseball. Um, yeah, Emerson makes it. There's no surprise here. I know there. I've mentioned. I think on our last episode we did this with Brittany. I was like, anybody saying anything else outside of Emerson Hancock being the fifth guy is a fool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Logan Evans will be fun one day. That day
Yeah.
is not today. Um,
Yeah, Emerson's
I
always the
don't.
first guy up. He was last year. He'll be again this year.
Yeah, I don't. And he in his last outing that he had, he looked good. Pace was good too. So I'm not. I don't
He's a
think there's any.
perfectly serviceable number 5 starter.
Yeah,
He's a
I
number
don't
three in
think.
a lot of teams.
Yeah.
Yes, I would agree with that. I don't think there's any debate there. Rotation, we get interesting. Tell me if you disagree with my 8 here, with Andres, Sir Gregory, Colin Snyder. we're gonna go with the Bizardo man, unfortunately. Trent Thornton, Legume man, Taylor Saucedo, and Gabe Spire, with the Matt Brash and Troy Taylor duo still injured, and Jackson Coar still being kind of a figment of my imagination. Obviously, you can't add any of those three. Uh, that would leave out, I think Fuji's out there still. Renan Garcia, I don't think he's ready. Trevor Gott's still injured. He is around. Yeah, that's right with the bullpen. Any disagreements? Brittany's making interesting faces.
I just remembered that Seth Martinez did he
Gone.
even make it to Arizona? Do we know what happened?
They
Do
got
we
him.
know he was there?
He was the
Was
one
he
flying
there
the
for half
chemtrails
the day
planes.
and went back to Miami? What the heck happened?
So I got information on this actually.
Please share.
I don't want to be made fun of again when I say this. When I was in Peoria, I was kind of like,
Oh.
hey, so why did he disappear? Like, why did they put him on a wanted poster and he got claimed like that? His velo was just down. He looked like a shell of a man.
Okay.
And as a
Okay.
courtesy, they were just kind of like, hey, do you want to go back to Miami? So yeah, velo was way down, just not serviceable. I
Got
said,
it.
hey, get the hell out of here.
They're just
So-
like, get out of here, you.
Go
Nobody wants.
on. I can't even look at you. Yeah, that's Seth Martinez. So
Okay.
that's what happened
All
with
right.
him. I know. I was very confused when I saw claimed off waivers by the Miami Marlins. I'm like, am I getting this thing where Twitter sends me old alerts again?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, you got me with that too. I was extremely confused. So, all right. Well, then we're back to who's our innings eater? The one whose arm is going to fall off because of trends. Trent Thornton, who threw the most innings last year.
Mhm.
yeah,
I don't know.
Sauce?
that's what
Yeah,
it would
do you
look
think
Do
he's
we,
like.
gonna
do we
be-
blow
he-
away Sauce? I think.
You think he's going to be the innings eater?
Might have to be. I mean,
Yeah,
if-
I mean, I hope it's not
if-
Bizardo. I don't want to see Bizardo get 50 innings.
let's get bizarre.
How
Yeah.
bizarre?
Huh.
That's a good one.
Interesting. Okay.
I'm not a Bizardo.
No disagreements
infielder,
there?
unfortunately.
You're good with that? I'd like Fuji to be here, but if oh my god, he was throwing a bullpen to Novak, Justin Novak, one of the Mariners bullpen catchers, and they've got. I'm sure you guys have seen like the stand-in like mannequin batter you can put in. First pitch, he hits the mannequin in the head.
Good. Nice.
What-
Good.
Oh,
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we know how that's going to go. The bullpen is not in 3 to 4 months. The bullpen is not going to look how it
No.
does now.
I wouldn't even think in 2 months.
Yeah.
So, Jake, any disagreements with that bullpen? Do you have any thoughts?
No, I believe in the pen. I think it's going to be good. I mean, it's going to have to be good in September. That's the question.
Yeah.
I think the starters, and I think even the hitting, gets us close.
Oh, Jake.
Hope is a dangerous thing.
Oh.
I think we can win a bunch of one-run games. I think the magic of 22 comes back in 25. Here we
Wow.
go.
Wow.
Yeah.
If that's the case, I will buy you a Trident Cup.
I'm buying myself a Trident Cup, brother.
You will have 2.
I'm gonna have like 7 by the end of the year. I'm just gonna
Oh.
steal cups behind, like in the stands. Like you can just take those.
So
They're not gonna
terrible.
stop you. What do you?
This isn't going to end badly or anything.
Oh my god. We're just gonna see like through the season, I'm just gonna see them in the back.
Yeah,
Like,
I'll start displaying them there.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
one for every win, so there won't be that many. I mean,
Pick your narrative. What is your narrative?
Yeah, wait,
here?
are
my
we
narrative
winning?
is whatever the funniest joke is at the time.
Okay. All right.
You're so
All right.
terrible. Okay. Let's
No,
get
I
to
do
the
think we get
infield.
close. I think the bullpen's gonna be good enough.
Okay.
Hopefully.
It
I
was
think
interesting to see them.
it depends on the AL Central just kicking the snot out of each other instead of kicking one team in particular.
Kick them
Yeah.
on the ground. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they all just gotta like.
AL Central. I know a player in the AL Central.
I know a team in the AL Central.
No. Ty
Oh,
France. I miss Ty France. Anyway, um,
He's
yeah, the
been
infield, the like many things during spring training. We'll see if it matters. Um, the infield. Wow, what a time here. It's so funny to see Luke Rayleigh and see the positions first base, outfield, DH listed next to Luke
yeah.
Rayleigh, Mr. Toolbelt. He could probably fix a toilet. Who knows? Yeah, so this infield looks like JP. We're hoping John Paul Renaissance returns. Um, Luke Rayleigh, of course, eating the lion's share of your first base days. Jorge Polanco playing some semblance of third base. We'll see. The bat's there. The bat is there.
Is
The
it?
third base, I'd say
I'm not convinced either,
no.
brother.
Everyone I talked to down there was very happy with his bat.
Yeah, they're not going to tell you they're not, bud.
I wasn't talking to the team, but
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
I was talking to Tucker actually.
You talk. Oh, you know what? I'm not sure we can trust Tucker. All right, I'm
You
not.
think he's a spy?
Yeah, I think he's. I think he's working for somebody. I don't know who yet. I'm on the case. I'm investigating.
Houston.
It's.
I
can
am
see it.
sorry, but you cannot trust Jorge Polanco hitting in spring training to translate. I will believe
That's
it when I
true.
see it.
I mean, he
I
was
was
hitting
just-
down the stretch though. So
Yeah, he
I'll
hit that
believe it
stretch
when I
last
see it.
year. I was just
That's
looking
what
at a
I'm
recap.
saying.
I was sitting by about a. I was reading a recap that I wrote last year about Jorge Polanco, where he had like 3 home runs in one game, and like on March 20th last year in
What?
spring training. You can't trust the Polanco
I'm
spring training.
That's right. He
All
did have
right.
the 3-homer spring training game.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yep. Good call.
Make
Yeah,
it the first
I don't
time
trust it.
we've got disagreements. I think the bat's fine. The obviously the biggest problem, and we all knew
Nuts.
this, was him playing third base,
Yeah, it's gonna be
right?
interesting.
He's a broken down man.
So
He
yeah,
can't
he is.
handle the cold.
And
He
it's
can't handle the
remarkable
rain.
that shut up.
He's
It's
doomed.
remarkable that Donovan Solano, who's like 40, looks better at third base than he does.
That's because he's a real third baseman.
Is he?
Probably.
Yeah. He has third base experience. He's trained to be a corner infielder.
Third base experience and real third base, I feel like are different.
Okay, he's more of a real third baseman than Jorge Polanco.
Yeah.
Yes,
And-
that's
and
what I
it's-
was saying.
It's corner infield, dude. It's corner infield.
Yes,
It's different than up the middle.
what I was saying. What is the problem here?
I don't know. Yeah, sure, let's like keep our fingers crossed, I guess is all you can do. But I don't buy it yet.
I don't. I would love to be wrong, Charles.
Yeah.
I
Same.
yearn to be wrong here.
Same.
Okay.
You gonna be okay?
He's gone.
I don't understand. I'm saying things that you guys are agreeing with, and then you're laughing. I don't understand what's happening here. Jesus Christ. Dylan Moore can play basically every position.
Yes.
I'm surprised we haven't
Dylan Moore
seen him
should catch.
pitch
They
yet.
should let him catch.
Yeah.
If
Dylan
it's
Moore
a blowout,
catching.
I want to see Dylan Moore catch the 9th.
Would he wear Cal's platinum gear or
East-
find some old Easton gear in the trash?
Easton gear only.
I mean, it probably could have been Garver's. It's just draping
Garver wears
off of
Nike
him.
gear.
Oh yeah.
Now it
Maybe
says
they'll do
Garb
some
on
of-
his neck.
Easton or nothing.
Some of Justin Novak's gear. They're about the
I think
same
he's
size,
a little
think.
bit bigger than Justin
Is he?
Novak.
A little bit.
I just
Just a
imagine
little
Dylan
bit.
Moore as like this tiny little cupcake.
He's jacked. He was on
Is he?
foul territory. Yeah. And like last week, I think he was on foul territory. And I kind of have the same like thought, like think of him as, scrappy little guy with wheels. He's jacked. He was wearing like a tight shirt. And I was like, has he always
He
been
loves
that
to
jacked?
do that. Yeah. Well, there's the photo that people will use of his like the shirt where he's cut off the shoulders.
No, totally. But
Mm.
I don't know. He's looking like he put on some extra muscle. Maybe I'm imagining it. I don't know.
I don't know. Look normal to me. Ryan Bliss. I don't know. I talked to Ryan Bliss the other day.
Yeah.
I'm buying into the belief here a little bit.
I'm starting to buy
Bliss
stock.
enjoyer. Yeah.
I'm starting to buy stock in it.
And
I bought
then
I bought low. I bought early on Bliss, right when he came over, and like they found some of the old tweets where he was like, "I hope to play in Seattle one day." I was
that
like,
one.
"Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I love this guy. I'm all in. I'm all in on the Bliss hype. He'll be a good
Yeah.
Mariner just because he wants to be a Mariner."
Um, and then to round it out, everyone's favorite player in Miles Mastrobuoni. Just because they've been playing him in the outfield, they've been working to find him a spot.
Yep.
I think
Um,
it happens. I think he breaks camp with them, and I think he's
He will.
fine.
I
I
just
think he's got a 95 WRC plus season in him, and he's not going to be a
No
qualified hitter.
way. That
95.
would be like leaps and bounds above anything he's done in his career.
That would be, but I think he's got it in him.
rapid typing.
Are you pulling
I am.
it? Please.
I am
Pull
pulling
his
up Miles Mastrobuoni
Jarvis.
fangraphs.com.
I think we're talking like a 40 WRC plus, and then I think he
Whoa.
had like a 70 somewhere in there, and when that was his best.
You don't think he's gonna stroke that thing? I think he could.
Oh yeah, no, okay. Yeah, 36 last year
No.
in
Okay.
in 50 games.
Thank
So
you.
he's not going to be league average, all right? He's going to be
You.
I could have sworn he was like an 80 WRC plus guy.
Come on, Jake. I expect more from you.
I'm sorry. I'm just not locked into Master Boney all the time, you know.
Locked in. Oh my god.
This is a great pod. We're doing a great job, y'all.
It is really interesting. I am fascinated to know what they are seeing, where they are working to find a spot for him.
Mhm. Well, and then another thing that I thought was interesting, especially because there was a roster move today, and a couple other things, but Dom Kenzone got sent to AAA to be in
Mhm.
quad A purgatory because that's the player
Yeah.
that he is. I'm sorry, that's all he is. Despite, I told him I was like, "Hey man, the glasses are still throwing me off." He he got a kick up because he's wearing the glasses when I don't
Yeah.
get it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, someone was like, he'll be back up when Master Boney flames out. I'm like, will he? Like, you know that they love their guys who can play all over. Like, Kenzone can play the outfield. He can't play infield. Where are you putting Dom Kenzone if he's on the outfield? Like Master Boney that can play, okay, we can throw you I don't know. The upside. That's
Give him
the
a
number
first base
one.
glove.
See what
Don't
happens.
I don't.
Give
We
him a
don't
first base glove. Why not?
we don't have
No.
enough guys that can sort of play first base.
Enough guys that can sort of play first base, and the holes in Kenzone's swing are like Swiss cheese. I
Yeah.
don't want to
I
do
mean,
that.
it's super easy to play first base. Everyone knows this.
Tell him, Wash.
No. Well, for a kid who grew
It's
up
super easy to manage the Angels.
somehow
Tell 'em, Wash.
enjoying Justin Smoke, maybe I shouldn't laugh that much.
Oh, that's brutal.
Smoke
Yeah.
bombs. Smoke bombs.
Smoke bombs. I mean,
So
I'm not gonna talk.
don't turn. Don't turn. Nope. Turn away. No. No. Anyway, we can get
gotta
back
hang
to
it
the
up.
actual discussion here.
Oh my
Your
God,
next
the baseball
up
team.
is Leo Rivas, Tyler Locklear, Austin Shenton, Ben Williamson, and Cole Young. Again, that Rainier's roster will be wonderful, but I just don't see how you can argue at this current moment for any of those guys over the rest of the list, outside of maybe if you're a really big Leo Rivas believer.
Which I think Dan Wilson is. So just
he
keep
is
that
for
in
sure.
mind. Yeah.
Mhm.
I feel like he would probably be the first infielder up of anybody else.
Yeah. I think so too. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I mean, Donovan Solano really needs to like
Donnie
the
Solani?
longer this spring training has gone on, the more the realization is starting to sink in for me that like, oh yeah, no, you need him to produce.
Yeah.
You do.
You need him to
It
actually
cannot
be
be an
Donnie
AJ
Barrels?
Pollock. It can't be an AJ
Oh
Pollock
God,
situation.
Pollock.
He
Opening
needs to
day
produce.
DH. Oh no, that was Tommy LaStella.
Tommy
Yeah.
LeBay.
Oh man.
But
Yeah, no,
he needs to. They don't
does.
have enough offensive firepower. So
He lucked
boy,
into one today.
what a basket to be putting your eggs in.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Egg.
Thank you.
Singular.
It's just been really fascinating for a guy that I didn't think he'd be wearing a Mariners jersey, and Rowdy Tellez, who like is making a
Ugh,
really strong case.
I have feelings
Like,
about this.
okay,
I
let's hear
I
them
love
then.
Rowdy
We're in the
Tellez.
infield. Let's continue it because Mitch Haniger, for whatever reason you
Mhm.
want to think, he's been AWOL. He's gone. Like his
Ayo.
shoulder is exploded. One of them. Maybe he didn't go deep enough into the ice barrel. If he's still doing that, maybe that's why he stopped, just because of
Mm.
the trails. Um, and so that opens up a spot. So what are those thoughts, Brittany? I don't know. Like he's a hell of a personality. Like
He is a great personality. I get it. I am, listen, it's one thing to roll into spring training and hit absolute nukes off of quad A guys and double A guys that are throwing 94 down the middle, right? I would expect Rowdy Tellez to be hitting those out of the ballpark.
Yeah.
meatball.
We have no information that tells us he can produce at the major league level again, like he did in what was it, 2022 with Milwaukee is his last good year. And then he's been bad. So maybe it's just we need like a hype train to get on. And so fans are choosing the Rowdy Tellez hype train. I'm not on it. I have no information that tells me that I should be on the Rowdy Tellez hype train. Sorry to be a total downer, but like he has been a bad player. Now, if he absolutely rakes, I will be happy to be wrong. But I mean, if you go and look at really what he's hitting hard, they're pitches he should be hitting hard.
Mhm.
Sorry to be a
I
hater.
be a hater. I simply believe, because I'm a fool.
Yeah.
Simply believe, he says.
You
He
believe
I
says,
in
I
everyone,
acknowledge your
man.
hate.
yes.
I choose not to
I
hate.
choose love.
If
Love
I ever
love
need
conquers
anyone
all.
to like believe in me, I'm calling Jake.
That's right, absolutely. I believe that Rowdy Tellez will have some hype moments, some aura.
Hey,
Um,
did you pull up his stats?
yeah, I did.
Can you read me last year's?
You want a slash line?
Yes, please.
Um, 243, 299, 392. OPS plus of 91.
And the year before that?
215, 291, 376. OPS plus of 81.
Oof.
The year before that, he OPS'd 113.
That's correct. He did.
So that's something. Spring training, his average quality of opposing pitcher has been 8.1 according to BREF, which means that he's mostly been facing slightly better than AAA guys. So 8 is AAA and 10 is major league guys. So I mean, yeah. And he's OPSing 794 in spring training right now, which is respectable. Listen, I know, okay.
I remember when Jared Kelnick, OPS,
Oh man.
he was one dot in it in spring training.
First Mariners game I ever went to, Jared Kelnick was batting 098 by the end of the game
Oh,
in
Wow.
2021. That was fun. I think Rowdy Tellez, he's gonna have a few good moments, and that's gonna make me happy.
I hope you're right.
He's gonna win a couple games. You always need a large adult son to be your replacement level guy, right?
See,
Sure.
I mean, we
like,
thought Luke Raley was going to be a large adult son replacement level guy.
I didn't. I thought Luke Raley was going to be exactly what he was last year, if I'm being honest.
Well, we're not all as smart as you, okay?
I'm not always right on those things. I am not always right on those things, but he's a good player. Luke
He
Raley's a
is.
good player.
I love Luke
He had a
Raley.
good track record. I don't know. Listen, if
he's a good
I
player that
can
looks
get
weird throwing from first base.
if I can
Everyone
see
looks weird playing
60
for
plate
first base.
appearances from Rowdy Tellez against really good pitching, that will help.
Yeah. In the latest MLB of the show, Rowdy Tellez hits in front of me in AAA. And he gets on base all the time. So, he's good in
Oh.
that game.
Okay, wow.
So that means he's got to be good in real life, right?
I might change my mind.
Okay.
There you go. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Mariners are up 14-1, by the way.
Think what you will about Rowdy Tellez.
I will.
He's got I'm not saying great, so calm down prematurely. He's got a decent glove at first base. He had to save a Jorge Polanco throw that nearly took somebody's head off the other day. Oh, God. Oh, yeah. He's got more position at the more experience at first base than Luke Raley does, first of all.
For sure.
Almost everyone has more experience.
He's a left-handed bat.
I do.
So there's that for you if you need it. So yeah,
do we?
I don't know.
The Mariners do need lefties. They don't
That's
have
true.
enough lefties.
That's true.
Yeah.
We've got fake lefties.
That's like
and
one of my many
lefties,
issues with
yes.
this roster. They don't have enough.
So I mean, at the end of the day, who are you having filled that roster spot with Mitch Haniger being exploded?
Oh yeah, that's true. I do want Mitch Haniger put in the explosion chamber.
Well, it's unfortunate because I had this conversation with Divish. They have like 5 guys that they can DH.
Oh.
It's not good. That's not a good thing, right? Who's your opening day? It's got to be Mitch Garver, right? He's got to be your opening. Like on opening day, when they post the lineup graphic and everybody freaks out, it's Mitch, right?
Seeing this is our last show before opening day, do we want to run through the lineup? Like what we would want the opening day lineup to be?
I got to get to the I would say get through the outfield, but it's pretty much set in stone.
We know
then
what
it's
it
just
looks
broken.
Unless Robles has been exploded with this hit by pitch.
Yeah.
He's fine.
Okay, then who's... Oh, God. Then what? Then you just bring up Kenzone?
Yeah.
I don't like him.
What do you got against Kenzone? He's fun.
His
He's
swing
Italian.
is terrible.
He's a swinger. It's a terrible. He hits the baseball.
He fits in great with the Nintendo.
Strike out again.
Maybe that's all he needs. Is a Nintendo patch.
He catches the fly ball.
Make a one diving play. Everybody think he's so great.
Oh man, he made Yankees fans lose their mind last year, so I appreciate it.
That's right.
I love that so much. I love making Yankee fans so angry. They're gonna have 3 players on their opening day roster, and I'm happy about it.
I'm loving it.
Marin. I still hate that. Nope, I can't say that.
You can say whatever you want. It's your podcast.
Here's one thing. How many major league games does Blake Hunt play this year?
3. How many games did Sebi Zavala play last year?
Ew.
How many games did Sebi Zavala start?
20-something, I think.
It was so painful. He ran into that one homer on a Sunday game.
Still got to eat a spider for that, yeah. Sebi Zavala played 18 games last year.
13.
Oh.
Hold on.
24.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Sebi started 14 of those games.
Well, I mean, they put him in the lineup today with a largely starting group, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I have to imagine they're getting more of a look at him. He's a big dude. That was a guy that I was like, oh, wow. Besides the giant, like, smurf on his lip that his mustache is.
Blake Hunt is a big dude?
He's a big dude.
Okay.
I was walking around. I was like, who the hell is this?
Part of me wonders if we end up in a world where Garver has a first baseman's glove in his hand at some point.
Practice with it all last year.
As a right-handed bat, and then Blake Hunt's your backup. I don't know, man. Call me crazy. Weirder things have happened.
Her name's Brittany, not crazy. Yeah, no, I mean, again, whenever he would practice at first base and he would listen to Perry Hill speak, I was like, they're going to throw him there one day. I don't know. Yeah. So what's your opening day group if Victor's healthy? It's Randy, Julio, Victor. Oh, God. I'm going to go from first base. I'm not looking at the third to start. Luke. I'm putting Ryan Bliss at second.
Same.
Yeah.
I'm putting Ryan Bliss at second. JP at short.
Yep.
Christ.
Are you doing it?
Polanco goes at third.
No,
he's going to.
You.
He's going to be there.
I'm putting Solano at third.
Whoa! Donnie Barrels?
It's bad.
You can't start Donnie Barrels opening day.
Can you not? Are you trusting? Because who Logan's pitching?
You want
I
Jorge's
don't
bat,
want.
frankly.
You laughed at
Charles.
me when I mentioned his bat.
You have to. I am laughing at you, but you do want it more than you want Donnie Barrels.
But if the organization gives him the money and comes out and says, "Yep, he's our guy. We believe in him. We're throwing him at third.
How
He's
many
going to
times am
do
I
it."
supposed to
Then,
believe them say he's our guy?
oh, I'm not saying you believe it at all, but they're going to start him on opening day.
Yeah,
You're
that's
asking
gonna
for
happen.
my group.
Oh,
This is
you.
my group.
Oh,
Oh.
I totally misunderstood the exercise. Continue.
Okay. Yeah.
Now I'm thinking.
So I mean, who's catching? Here you go. That's a tough one.
That's a
Harry
tough one.
Ford.
Okay. All right. Uh-huh.
We have
So
lost
they
the
can
plot.
so they can market the Star Wars nights really well and get okay. Uh, I'm just thinking of the weird merchandise that's like Darth Vader and a Mariners
Yeah.
logo.
Oh my
I don't
God.
understand those either. Um,
My favorite
and then
narrative.
Mitch DHs. Yeah, I guess because that's got to be the real only debate, right? Is
Yeah.
who's starting on at third base. I
I
don't
mean, you
know.
could have the Dylan Moore Ryan Bliss debate.
Eh, I
I
still
think
think Dylan
I think
Moore
I
is better
trust Dylan Moore
suited as
more
your
than I
first
trust
guy off
Ryan
the
Bliss.
bench. At
Really?
second or generally?
Yeah, generally, honestly. Well, Dylan Moore's got like that experience of being, good. I love Ryan
Of being
Bliss.
streaky. He's
Yeah,
very streaky.
yeah, he's streaky good.
Well, hold on. When he starts to go, the trends have been when they put him in an everyday role is when he starts to go downhill.
That's true.
This
Use
is
him
why
how he's supposed to be used. He's a good
as a
player.
utility player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Gold
that's why
Glove
he's
utility
first off
player.
my bench.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. I guess the only thing that would look different in your guys is who's at third.
I mean, that's what, yeah. I mean, they're
Unless
going to
you're
run
gonna put Rowdy
Blanco.
Tellez as opening day DH.
No.
Ryan Bliss did just strike out.
Strikeout. The Mariners lineup, yes.
No, they're going to run Blanco out there. And I get it. I mean, I guess here's the thing. You need to figure out sooner rather than later if he absolutely is not serviceable at third base, right?
That's true.
Like if Perry Hill cannot work a miracle, you need to know by May. End of May. Yes, sir.
Talk to one of
Talk
the
to her?
infield. Shut up. Don't ever mention that show on this show or any other show ever again.
Goodness.
Her and that crypto coin scam. Jesus Christ.
Goodness.
Oh my God. I never thought Hawk Tua would be mentioned on a show here.
Oof.
Then Jake Parr came in. Oh God, you threw me off track. I was talking to somebody who works with Perry Hill, not Perry Hill himself. Emerson's last outing, because Emerson's a ground ball guy, a lot of contact, right? Who started at third? Jorge Polanco. And this guy goes, we'll see if he can really play today,
Yeah.
referencing Jorge. And again, his first play at third, he almost hit the fucking runner in the head with his throw. So
That's an out, right? When you hit the runner?
Depends on if they're in the baseline or out of the baseline.
I was gonna say if we're playing tag, then maybe.
It's 100 points though, either way.
Yeah.
What's more than 100 points? What other things can you do to get that?
Hit by pitch is 50.
Hit the first base coach?
Live ball hitting the runner off the bat on the fly.
Yeah.
That's 500.
So, I just don't. It's just hard for me. I understand that. I made the point of the bat. Like, I don't know.
Hey, I have a question. I have a question.
You didn't raise your hand.
When do I don't need to? When do we see Cal Raleigh start to take reps at first base?
Oh Jesus! I don't even want to.
2027.
Will he be on the team
you
then?
think that far out?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I think it's gonna be whenever he can't. No, I don't. It's gonna be a while, right? Because we want him calling pitches. Because he has that mind.
Ideally.
Healthy.
Yeah.
That
Like,
part is
at what
pretty.
point
What
is
if
his arm a
they
liability? And I don't see it being a liability for a while.
I
totally
hope not.
agree? I'm thinking more health wise of they need his bat, right?
Yeah,
So at what point do they try to take precautions to keep his bat in the lineup? We have too many DHs. So you got to find a spot for these people. And if
yeah,
he's getting beat up behind the plate, at what point do they go, all right, let's give it a shot?
yeah. Bring up Harry, or do you think put Garver there? Because you're thinking
Garver
pretty
still be
like
around?
soon.
Yeah,
Oh, I
yeah.
see.
Just thinking hypothetically, if, he can't catch, but he can
Yeah. Here's a
still be an
question.
offensive piece. I don't know. I see how beat up he gets, and I don't know how sustainable that is.
Yeah. With the pitch count, can the first baseman call pitches?
Yeah, probably.
Can the first baseman have the buttons and then the other two both have earpieces?
Logan's just staring over at him
The
really
trick is not
angrily.
being behind home plate to see, have
Yeah.
as much information to see where the batter is set up. I mean, you can kind of tell from first base, but not really.
Yeah.
If anyone could call pitches successfully from first base, it's Cal Raleigh.
Yeah. Because I think that's where his biggest boost is. It's that and his framing.
Yeah, agreed.
Because his blocking is okay. His
Yeah.
throwing is actually just okay, even though he gets a lot of guys.
Yeah.
It's his framing and it's his calling pitches.
Mhm.
But yeah, you're right. I would rather have his bat and have him not die.
Like if they're thinking, all right, maybe we are looking like a postseason contender
Mhm.
and we got to get him healthy. We just got to get him there. We can't have
Yeah.
his thumb falling off,
Oh
being held on
God.
by a thread
Again. Yeah.
That we only knew about.
during an ALDS. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just a
I
thought.
think when it's Harry time.
When it's Harry time.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that makes sense.
And
You don't wanna
hopefully it does actually eventually become Harry time.
I was going to
I'm
say,
getting
so
more
you don't
attached to
have
him.
him being traded.
He's the best trade piece. I know.
He is.
I just like him so much.
I
I want
get
it to
it.
be Harry
I
Harry
get it.
time eventually.
Okay. All right. Well, now that we've derailed a little bit, sorry about that.
We derailed when the first 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Like the
We did that before the
train
show started.
is in a ditch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there are very few real debates with this roster, I feel like.
Mhm. Are you folks excited for the expanded food menu at T-Mobile Park?
Oh,
I am
goodness.
because chicken wings and teriyaki bowls,
Mhm.
depending on how bad the media meals are this year.
They're usually okay.
No, they are not. They had teriyaki chicken towards the end of the season, and it was like if you went to Costco and got a bag of popcorn chicken and put it in like mystery soy sauce. That was teriyaki chicken. That's a
I'd eat
violation.
it.
That's hate crime, Brittany. As someone that's going to have to be in this press box this year, you will
I would eat
remember
it.
saying
Yeah.
I'm not picky, man. I'll eat
it's
anything.
$10 a day. It's not free.
I usually go to the pasta stand. I went to that one where they did
Yes.
the barbecue
call.
brisket, and I was personally offended by it.
Me, a Texan.
Yeah.
You should just go back there. I'm a Texan. I'm here to review your food.
I'm part of the Barbecue Association of America. I'm here to ensure that your barbecue is up to the highest standard. Please do not look at my media pass. That's not why I'm here.
I'm scared at how good your accent is.
Unfortunately, it does just happen sometimes.
Hey, Lib Shark, give me another brisket right now.
Oof.
My accent only comes out when I talk to old people, actually.
Okay, interesting.
I'll be
Oh.
talking to like an 80-year-old
Harry?
couple at the park. And I'll be like,
Oh, you froze the game.
all right, y'all have a good day now. It's nice talking to you.
I gotta be around when that
Oh
happens.
my gosh,
then.
I should have an old off with Perry. Yeah, should have an
Old
old off
off
with Perry,
with
that'd be fun.
Perry.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
I can
What is
get
this
real
episode?
fast. Don't even worry about it.
So you wouldn't talk this way to Bryce?
No, because he'd think I'm making fun of him.
No,
I
you
would make
wouldn't.
fun of Bryce, but I'd make fun of him for going to A&M.
Ah, yes.
Hook 'em horns, baby. Texas softball
We're-
just walked it off.
We're burnt orange over here, baby.
We are.
A&M losing to Michigan currently, for those keeping track.
For Bryce.
Well, What other baseball things do we have to discuss, Charles?
I'm kind of tired of this.
All right, cool. All right. Well, this was a good icebreaker after taking a week off. Good job, team. I'm proud of how we all showed up today. And
Sorry, I'm losing it.
we'll get them again next week. We'll try again next week.
You'll get him next time, Slugger. Oh, listen, the Mariners are up 14-1. You can't be upset about that, right?
No, we need to get to opening day, though.
Oh,
Do
so
we?
badly.
We need to get to opening day. Yeah. I've had about enough of spring training.
Yeah, I need real baseball. Like I need.
Yeah.
We're in the lunacy part of spring training. So.
Are folks going to opening day? Charles will be there probably.
I start my new job next week, so I'm going to be a little underwater for about a week and a half.
Bring a snorkel.
Yeah, I will.
I am to do what there? Please
and flippers. Where do we have the AL West this year? What are your rankings?
Oh, Jesus
Fangraphs
Christ.
has the Mariners winning the ALS right now.
But Oakland. Ooh, wait a minute. I'm putting the Angels.
I've thought long and hard about this, and I've got mine locked.
Okay, you go ahead then.
Rangers, Astros, M's, A's, Angels.
Whoa! I get it. I see it though.
You're putting faith in that Rangers rotation?
I'm putting faith in Jacob deGrom being healthy. It is a risky bet. And when I say healthy, I mean, at least being able to pitch, I don't know, 8 games, 12.
My folk hero, Jorge Polanco, obliterated him a few days ago.
The Rangers had a really good offseason and are a good team. And the Astros are the Astros. They're inevitable. I think the Astros got worse, but I still think they'll find a way.
Jose Altuve is still playing in left field and dropping balls.
Oh man, that was so funny.
So wait, who's?
I need to see Altuve contend with the Crawford boxes in that weird corner.
That's gonna be
the first video of him running into the Crawford boxes will feed family. So wait, who's in your basement? I'm sorry.
Angels.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's where I would have had them too. They're so weird. What are they doing?
The Angels?
Yes.
Yeah.
How many games does Mike Trout play?
Yeah.
64. Then he dies.
Man, I was gonna put the over-under at like 45. You think he'll play 60 games?
I do. I think I'll make it to 60,
okay.
and then I think it's gonna be his elbow this year.
How many homers against the Mariners?
72.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just enough.
Yeah. I like where the Athletics are. I mean, I really like watching Lawrence Butler. He's a lot of fun. Their infield is unique.
They can hit the ball. They can't pitch the ball, but they can hit the ball.
Who did they sign? Sevi?
Yeah, and he's already on the IL, I think.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I saw their rotation and I was like, that's certain. What? The Mariners are still going to struggle against Joey Estes.
Whoa, 100%. They're going to get no hit by him. Like,
oh gosh,
book it now.
Use your bets in. Use code. What up, corn dog?
Use code. Oh. So, Fangraphs is currently projecting the Mariners to win 52% of games. Eat your heart out, Jerry, and win the division with that.
Yeah.
84 and 78 win the division over Rangers, Astros, A's, Angels.
So they have the Angels in the basement too?
Yeah, with 76 wins.
What do they have the Astros at?
They have the Astros at 83 and the Rangers at 84. So they have
hammering the over on both of those.
Yeah, they have M's, Rangers, and Astros all within a game of each other.
Well,
hey, we could have a really fun season. Yeah,
yeah, totally, absolutely.
Like if they luck into those divisional wins, I think we get into the playoffs.
Yeah, well, and the AL East is kind of starting to implode between the Rays, poor McClanahan, and then the Yankees.
That was brutal.
I don't think the Orioles are going to be very good this year, unless Adley bounces back.
Yeah, he had a quiet year.
I've got him on my fantasy team, so he better.
Yeah, yeah. I don't trust the Orioles pitching. I just
Yeah.
So you have the Jays in the East?
The
no.
Jays.
Jays are last.
Oh,
That's
okay.
pretty
Oh,
easy. That's pretty easy.
who leaves first, Vladdy or Bo?
Bo.
Oh,
That's what I've seen too.
Bichette. Bum, 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 bum,
Yeah.
All right, let's get out of here.
Cool.
Now I'm stuck thinking about the conundrum that is the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim.
It's good. It's entertainment, man. Good entertainment.
Yeah,
Might
Moreno
go. Harry Ford just took a
does.
6-pitch walk. And Leo
Okay.
Rivas got a first pitch single.
We'll see what we do ahead of opening day. That is what I think the Athletics for a 4-game series, right? They've been doing 4-game series to begin the
Yeah.
year at home.
Yeah, Thursday through Saturday, and then starting the Tigers
Yep.
series.
And then we get the Detroit Tigers
the Gritty Tigers.
Stuff.
and Spencer Torkelson. Oh God. How much of a kerfuffle there was when the Mariners played horribly against the Tigers, and then it was Detroit who went to the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, opening day is Thursday the 27th. 7:10 start for that one. 2 6:40 starts back to back on the 28th and 29th. As it's Randy Rosarena crossed arm hoodie night. Jake, please do a cross arm for me. Good boy. And then Hello Kitty bucket hat night on Saturday. Now we're
Ooh,
really
cute.
getting into the serious stuff. And then
Yes.
Little League poster day on Sunday with a 1:10 start against Oakland. I'm just gonna say Oakland.
They're just
I don't
Oakland.
care.
Did
That's
you watch
awesome.
the compilation of the Cleveland Guardians broadcaster calling them Oakland?
Yeah, that
Wasn't
was
there
good.
one
Times.
too of the Giants doing it too?
I think so. I think it's extremely
Excellent.
funny though for the Cleveland guys to be doing it since they just had their name changed.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So like
And
they
there's
did it
still
on
people
purpose
who
because they're used.
say
They
it
know how to
wrong.
do that. Yeah.
Yeah. So all right, folks, we'll get out of
Oakland.
here.
All right.
If something dramatic happens before Monday, we'll find some way to make an addendum. But until we see next week, take care of yourselves. Be well. We get real baseball this weekend. I can't wait to be back in that press box, and it's cold as hell. And Brad Adam has his little tiny crock pot. God bless Brad Adam.
Salute to the troops, and the troops are Brad Adam.
I have a whole storyline where Brad Adam gets a talking bobblehead. It's great.
You've wrote Brad Adam fanfic?
No, he and I have discussed it.
Oh.
Yes. Have you not been around? Anyway, we'll talk about this later.
Goodbye.
Take care
This
of
is a
yourselves.
long
Be
show
well.
this week, but you know what? Whatever.
Do whatever you can to make today a great. It felt like a short show to begin with, and then we got into Jorge Polanco bat discourse.
Hey there, everybody. Charles Hamaker here from Circling Seattle Sports. Obviously, this is Mariner Mondays. Just interrupting you briefly to tell you guys about this cool event that Simply Seattle is doing. So on Tuesday, March 25th, yes, tomorrow, from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m., Mariners catcher Cal Raleigh will be at the team's U Village store. This is a free event. Space is limited, so you want to get up there to that U Village location and line up early to guarantee your chance to meet Cal. They've got this great new store in the University Village. We sent Jade out there a few days ago before they had their opening to go and check it out. It's a really cool event. They've got Cal here. I mean, just a few days before opening day. You know, you wouldn't think he'd do something unless this is a company and a brand that he really respected and really enjoyed. This is the store. The address is 2632 Northeast University Village Street, Seattle, Washington, 98105. They are located next to the Elemental Pizza across from the Ravenna Gardens at the U Village. They are open 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Saturday, and Sunday is 11 to 6. Some frequently asked questions that people might have about this event. You know, it's great to meet Cal, but you know, what sort of things do you want to know? It eventually officially kicks off at 4 p.m. The store opens at 10. So, I mean, if you wanted to line up for that, you could start doing that. There's no ticket required. It is free. I think the big thing is Cal will not be signing autographs. You can get photos with Cal, one photo per person. One photo per person. No cutoff, but again, the event does last until 5 p.m. So, you know, this is a great event to go and meet Cal Raleigh, meet a guy who won a Platinum Glove Award this past off season, just really shown that he's loved Seattle, and it just makes sense that a brand like Simply Seattle will be doing this event with him. So wanted to stop by, during this episode and mention that. So yeah, enjoy the rest of the show.
Hey, Charles.
Hey, Jen.
Hey, how about those M's?
Oh, I'm excited.
I know. Where are you going to watch all those away games, though?
Away games. Huh. I was thinking of coming here since, after all, Rough and Tumble is the home of Circling Seattle Sports.
I love that idea. Hope to see y'all here.